I feel like when people go to fight Sergei Pavlovich, they think, oh, power, crazy power that I have to avoid. But is it true that at heavyweight, realistically, everyone has knockout power and he's no more special than those?
I agree. The thing with power is you got to land to show it. So if you can't land it, you have no power, basically.
Before his fight against Tom Aspinall, he was looking like this new guy at heavyweight, knocking everyone out and stuff. Then he lost to Tom. Then he lost to Volkov. Did you watch those two performances and see something in him that you think, the hole has been exposed and there is a way to beat this guy?
I mean, all of our fighters watch fights from our opponents, so we definitely see some things, see a couple of things. I know him from, we used to train together, and yeah, there's a couple of things that you can say.
How much did you train together?
2 years.
Spar a lot?
Well.
Who won the sparring most of the time?
Oh, I have to ask him.
Well, he's gone. Do you think about, everyone always talks about sparring and how it's not fighting and all the rest of it, but do you remember things during your time training together that you think, he had this tendency, I can exploit that? Or do you have to kind of think, he might be completely different, I can't rely on my memories of him?
Sparring is fighting. You don't want to kill each other, but you have to do it as a fight. So he might have something, he might change a lot, he changed gym. So it might change some technique, change some things, but soon as the fight starts, then it's another thing, because there's no right or wrong in fighting.
Do you feel like you've already felt his power then and sort of know what you're ready to experience?
Definitely, definitely.
You don't look very concerned about it.
You say what?
You don't look very nervous about his power.
No, I'm never nervous. I'll be relaxed, all the energy I bring out there in the octagon.
Last one from me. What exactly do you think a win over Sergei does for you, and where would you like to move with your career after the fight?
Win this Saturday will definitely put me in the top 5, and I'm looking fighting one more guy, and then looking up to a title conversation.
Вопрос. Такое ощущение сложилось, что вот после последнего поединка Сергей Павлович очень так подавленный, как будто бы именно эмоционально на него надавили. Не хотели ли вы там какое-то там эмоциональное давление на него производить для того, чтобы помимо того, что будет в бою, еще эмоционально надавить? Спасибо.
It seems as though after his last loss, he had very low morale, kind of like very emotionally spent. Do you think that there's some sort of an emotional pressure that you also want to put on him besides the actual fight that you're going to experience, but emotionally bring him down even lower?
It might also give him a motivation, because he want to win. Most of the time, if fighters lose, 2-fight lose streak, 3-fight lose streak, they'll become desperate. We will see this Saturday how it plays out, and I'll be ready. I'm in shape. I can't wait to bring the guns out.
Возможно, может такое быть, но мне кажется, что наоборот, это может его больше мотивировать. Обычно, если бойцы проигрывают 1-2 раза, они не могут себе ничего сделать, кроме того, чтобы выиграть. У них единственный шанс — это выиграть, чтобы опять подняться наверх. Поэтому, возможно, что наоборот, это его больше зарядит. Посмотрим, что произойдет в бою. Я заряжен на все 100, я готов ко всему, поэтому клетка покажет.
Такое ощущение, что вот Александр Волков показал примерно всем, как нужно драться с Сергеем Павловичем. Сколько раз вы пересматривали бой, и будете ли вы там манеру ведения боя Волкова там
It seemed as though Volkov showed everybody how to beat Pavlovich. And how many times have you seen the fight specifically? And are you going to be using any of the technique that Volkov used in order to beat him?
Specifically, I don't know. I see it many times. I saw it live when it was happening. But yeah, I'm prepared for this fight. There's nothing else we can do right now. The only thing that can happen right now is this Saturday, the door closed, and I'll bring the guns out, and we'll find out after.
Да, я очень часто смотрел этот бой, я много раз его посмотрел. Не знаю, какие точно вещи я буду использовать, но я знаю, чего ожидать. Уже теперь поздно что-то решать, уже теперь остался только бой. В субботу зайдем в клетку, дверь закроется, и дальше что будет.
Спасибо.
Just one quick one more, actually. You said about getting to the top 5. Obviously, your division, the top of it is a bit confusing with John Jones, Tom Aspinall. If those two do fight, obviously John has this crazy legacy. But do you think Tom might be the legend destroyer that could finally take him out?
To be honest, I don't care. When the fight happens, we find out, and I'm moving forward from that.
Единственный, кто смог тебя в бою действительно потрясти, был Фрэнсис Нгану. Вот Сергея Павловича называют одним из тоже страшных нокаутеров. Как ты думаешь, у кого удар тяжелее, у Нгану или у Павловича?
The only person who was able to really shake you up in a fight was Francis. People also say that Pavlovich has also this crazy strength in his punch. Who do you think punches harder, Francis or Sergey?
I mean, Francis caught me off guard. If I have to say in power, it's not to mention, yeah, I don't know. For me, it's like he caught me off guard. I mean, when somebody caught you, then the fight's over and that's it. You don't, yeah.
Фрэнсис просто меня поймал. У него получилось меня поймать, и дальше я не знаю, что можно сказать про силу одного или другого. Просто когда тебя ловят, когда ты не ожидаешь этого, уже дальше можно ни о чем не говорить.
Шамиль Газиев, человек, который шел непобежденным до боя с тобой, ты был первым, кто нанес ему поражение, он дерется на сегодняшнем турнире тоже. И было ли такое, что он подходил к тебе в гостинице и просил реванш или просто о чем-то говорил?
Shamil Gaziev was undefeated until he met you. Obviously, you served him his first loss. He's also fighting on this card. Was there any kind of conversation between the two of you? Maybe he saw you in a hotel. Has he ever asked for a rematch?
I never saw him. I think one time on the internet he posted something that I'm ducking the rematch, but I'm not. I don't see the reason we should fight again right now. At this point in my career, I'm moving forward, looking for bigger fights than that. And maybe in the future, if the UFC want to see it, the fans want to see it, then we might run it again. But for now, I'm looking forward.
С тех пор его не видел, ко мне он никогда не подходил. Я видел что-то в интернете, вроде бы он написал, что я избегаю реванша с ним, но я совсем его не избегаю, я двигаюсь вперед, я на определенной траектории, сейчас я ищу другие бои. Возможно, что в будущем, если для UFC или для фанатов, если это будет интересно и нам нужно будет встретиться еще раз, я с удовольствием с ним встречусь, но так сейчас пока что я смотрю вперед, а не назад.
И хочется узнать твое мнение про возможный титульный бой, про объединение двух поясов в тяжелом весе, Джон Джонс и Том Аспинал. Как ты думаешь, кто сильнее?
Your opinion on unifying the belt in heavyweight division, Tommy Aspinall versus John Jones. Who do you think takes that fight?
One more time.
Your opinion on the fight between Tommy Aspinall and John Jones is going to be unifying the belt, right? One's an interim champ, one's a champ. Who do you think wins that fight?
I don't care. I don't care. John Jones is one of the best. Aspinall is this great kid. He's coming up. I don't care who wins. By that time, I'll be ready, and whoever is there, I'm facing him.
Без разницы, вообще без разницы. Джон Джонс один из самых лучших, он легенда. Томми очень интересный мужик, он тоже делает очень хорошие успехи. Кто выиграет, кто победит, неважно. Кто бы там ни стоял, если я до туда доберусь, я готов с ним биться.
Вопрос вдогонку про Газиева. Если, вот мы знаем, такая практика есть, что вот если кто-то из бойцов с карда слетает, то там из того же веса можно там взять на замену. Если, например, Газиева поставят на замену и предложат ему драться с Газиевым, примет ли он этот бой, потому что все равно подраться лучше, чем там понапрасну провести. Да, вот на этом карде.
Again, a question about Gaziev. Sometimes we've seen these instances where something happens to a matchup, and if somebody's a heavyweight on the same card where there's a heavyweight fight that fell off, they'll put that person up. If that happens, let's say hypothetically, and Sergey falls off, and then they offer Gaziev to step in, would you fight Gaziev again on this card?
We're 100% fighting. That's why I'm here, right? Of course.
100% побьемся.
Jairzinho, hello. Вот вопрос был про Шамиля Газиева. А хотел бы ты, может быть, с кем-то заполучить реванш в рамках UFC?
The question about Gaziev and him asking you about the rematch, but the question to you is there anybody in the heavyweight division maybe you would like to rematch?
Oh, definitely. There's a couple. I think all my losses was in the UFC. There was a few that I think I could have handled it differently. I think one is in Ngan, Volkov, yeah, and maybe the Curtis Blade, but those are the three main ones.
Да, абсолютно точно. Как минимум парочку я хотел бы еще раз подраться. Точно Ган, точно Волков, Curtis Blades.
Thank you.
Hey, Jairzinho, how are you?
Hi.
Welcome to Saudi.
Thank you.
Just a quick question for you. How have you felt the reception just from being in KSA and feeling like that there's such a heavy pro-Russian presence in terms of the fighters, at least in the media?
I feel very welcome. I don't feel any pressure. I feel great. Thank you guys for having me, of course. And yeah.
And being the only active fighter from Suriname, how is it when you go home? How does because we don't really know much about Suriname living in this part of the world. Can you tell us what kind of reception you receive there and what sort of support you get from the people back home?
I mean, when I go back home, they come pick me up. My people come pick me up from the airport. A lot of happy faces. Everybody's happy, especially I'm the only one in the UFC right now. Yeah, I mean, everywhere I walk in the country, I get almost everything for free. I'm lucky. And yeah, and I'm happy that I'm honored to represent my country on this highest level. Yeah.
And let's say with a successful, let's say with a victory this weekend, what's going to be your post-fight celebration? What are you planning on doing to celebrate this win if you get it?
Wow, that's a hard one. I've been working on a couple of months for this. I think after a win this Saturday, I'll take a good rest. Maybe go home, get some sleep. And, yeah, I'm a chill guy. I'm relaxed.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
My question for you is that you're known for your knockout power, but if you had to choose one non-fighting skill to become a world champion in, whether it's cooking or dancing or something completely unexpected, what would it be and how would you train for it?
It will be 100% cooking, and I don't have to train for it. I just got the skills. Pleasure.
Hi, here.
Hey, how you doing?
I know you're focusing on the next fight, but how far you think you are from a title fight?
I mean, I'm fighting the number 4 in the world. Beating him put me on the number 4. I'll probably fight the number 2 next, and then after that, win that fight. I think I deserve a title shot then.
So are you interested in fighting Volkov?
Yeah, 100%.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Hey man, how are you doing?
Great.
Listen, you are now on the different vibes, different positions with Sergei. He is on the lose streak, you on the win streak. He is like the wounded beast, if you know what I mean. Is it this position making him more dangerous?
Yeah, it might make him dangerous or vulnerable. You know, desperately want to win. You know, as you see, I'm always calm. Any mistake, I can finish a fight. So I'm ready. I can't wait till this Saturday, and then yeah.
In my opinion, you became now another fighter since you debuted in the UFC. You are fighting now more like with the strategy. How, in your opinion, you changed till this time?
I changed a couple of things, and yeah, I think I'm a more smarter fighter. I can bring the power if I need to, but if we don't, we just save it for when we need it.
And the last question for me, do you like the bonuses, and do you keep in your head like to get the bonus fight of the night?
I mean, everybody, of course. But the best thing is, if you think about the knockout, it'll never happen. You just have to flow, you have to fight, you know, do your thing, and the knockout come by himself.
Thank you so much. Good luck, man.
My pleasure. Thank you.